Alright, what's up motherfuckers? It's Magnum Supreme back here, bringing you another little video. Got my Tony Montana drip on today, because we're talking about the M16. Particularly, the M16A4, as noted by its flat top upper receiver. I ain't gonna get into too much history about it, but as you know, the M16 has been kicking ass from fucking Vietnam to Afghanistan and beyond, you know. This is the battle rifle so good that the whole fucking world adopted it. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to title this video. Probably something along the lines of the best battle rifle or duty rifle for poor people. Because this rifle is super inexpensive. You can have a rifle set up exactly like this for not a whole lot of money, let's be honest. You know, not only is it cheap, it gives you a ton of options. As you can see here, quad rail forend, so you could, you got enough rail space for you and all your friends. Flat top upper for all your fancy optics. The last time you guys saw this rifle in a video was like probably a year or two ago now. This is the Wyndham Weaponry M16A4. Last time you saw it, it had an ACOG on. I've since ditched the ACOG for a SIG Romeo 7. It's the ultra poor man Chinese copy of an Aimpoint Comp M2, which really, really looks nice on an M16, as you can tell. One of the best aspects, in my opinion, one of my favorite aspects of the M16 series of rifles is the long barrel. As you can see, this thing is pretty fucking long and pretty fucking heavy profile. It's what you call a heavy barrel. Oh my goodness, you didn't see that one coming, did you? But the length is what really matters. That's what she said. 20-inch barrels on with 5.56 going through them, they produce some serious fucking pain, my brothers. Some serious fucking pain. 55 grain, M193, like the cheapo bulk ammo that everybody buys and shoots. In a 20-inch barrel, you're looking 3150 plus feet per second. That's really, really good numbers. That's what this baby was designed for. You can even run green tips, 62 grain steel core. You run those about 3,000 feet per second out of here, and that is some insane levels of pain, my friends. Cheapo body armor, like AR-500 level 3 steel plates, no match for a 20-inch barrel, even with just 55 grain ammo. I've seen it myself. That shit goes right through. The other benefit to the gun being so long and heavy is the recoil. If you check my Instagram, there's some shooting videos that I did this morning with this rifle. And you can watch me fire, and I mean, the rifle has absolutely zero muzzle climb at all. It doesn't even feel like the buffer bottoms out in the back of the stock. This thing shoots absolutely fucking phenomenally. And that's really my favorite part about the M16 is how it feels to shoot. Because for me, in the mountains, out in the woods, length isn't an issue. I'm not bumping into doorways in the middle of the forest. But being able to keep that controllability in combination with the enhanced stopping power, I think that's what really makes this the ultimate rifle. The ultimate duty rifle / combat rifle for poor people. Okay? If you're balling, if you got money, get an AK-104. That's the real best combat rifle. But this is a strong second place. And it might even outperform an AK-104. The AK-104 just looks way cooler than this piece of shit. So now, I'll go into the parts of the build so you guys can sit there and tally up how much it costs and see if you're poor enough or balling enough to build a rifle like this. So the base rifle is a Wyndham Weaponry Government Profile A4 flat top upper. This quad rail, this is a Midwest Industries drop-in quad rail. It just drops in right through your delta ring, no problem at all. It doesn't hold zero, so don't put your lasers on here or anything. But it's good enough for your flashlight. Which, making our way to the flashlight, we've got a Surefire Streamlight ProTac HLX with the tape cap on the top here. Moving back to our red dot, we got a Romeo 7 from Sig Sauer. Yes, please roast me for buying Sig Sauer products. I deserve it. But their optics won't shoot you, unlike their firearms. This optic ain't going off in my pocket. Moving down, we got a BCM gunfighter pistol grip. Just use whatever grip you like, whatever you prefer. In the trigger, we got a LaRue MBT-2S. This is the best trigger that money can buy for an AR-15. It gives you the exact same performance as a Geisley Super Dynamic, but it only costs you about 75 bucks instead of 175 bucks like the Geisley does. Moving on back, this ain't a true M16A4. If you've made it this far, leave me a hate comment about it. I know this is an A3 stock. If you don't know anything about M16s, the original M16A1 had a much shorter stock than the M16A2. That was one of the added features. They added some extra length to it. I don't fucking know why. I'm 5'9", maybe 5'10" on a good day, and my arms are not long enough to comfortably use an A4 stock, especially paired with an optic. So for me, the shorter A3 or A1 style stock is much better in my opinion. The sling we're running, Magpul MS1, nothing fancy, but this is a really important piece of gear right here. This piece on the buttstock. This is a sling adapter from Blue Force gear, because normally on the M16, your sling loop is down here, and this is a very horrible and inconvenient position for your sling if you use it as slings are used in the modern day. So I highly recommend this. It moves you up, it gives you a sling point on top of the rifle, like this, so you can just rock it like we use slings in 2025. And that's honestly, that might be my favorite piece of gear on the whole rifle. This little sling adapter. It's very neat. It's neat, it's not expensive, and it solves a really big problem with M16 style buttstocks. You know, and that goes as far as back as like the 80s and 90s. Dudes running the M16A2 in like Delta Force and shit, they would always use their 100-mile-an-hour brown tape to kind of rig up a sling loop at the top like this. Well, Blue Force gear hooked us up. These have been around for 20 fucking years. This isn't any kind of new information. But I realize that a lot of guys like my age, you know, who were barely alive during the GWAT, you know, this might be new information, and you might not have ever got to experience a rifle like this. You know, this is the Battlefield 3 combo right here. M16A3, fucking red dot. Man, I was slaying bodies on Metro with this thing 10 years ago. With all that having been said, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been a fun video to film. You guys have been a fun audience to film for. Thank you guys for watching.